Iyabo Ojo welcomes Priscilla, grandson, and Juma to Lagos in grand style. Now the news in
24 kilometers. And in the afternoon in Asaba, the weather will
genetic resources to support research policy reform.
Yes, it is thank God it's Friday and welcome to Morning News. Thank you for always joining us on ART. I am Dorcas Atashide. First, let's take a look at our headlines. Amopitan arrives Aso Rock for swearing in as INEC chairman. The police arrest Showore in court in Abuja. And on entertainment news, Davido meets French President Macron. Obama honors Fela Kuti in new podcast, Fear No Man. Now the news in details. The newly confirmed chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Joash Amopitan, has arrived at the presidential villa Abuja for his formal swearing-in by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Amopitan arrived at the State House on Thursday morning and exchanged pleasantries with dignitaries and onlookers ahead of the ceremony. The law professor visit to the villa comes a week after the Senate confirmed his appointment as INEC chairman following a rigorous screening on October 16. During his appearance before lawmakers, the 58-year-old academic outlined his plans to reform Nigeria's electoral system, strengthening institutional independency, and rebuild public trust in the commission. He also pledged to focus on tightening the provisions of the Electoral Act to remove ambiguities in election timelines and enhance transparency in the process. Following his swearing-in, the new INEC chairman is expected to immediately assume office and commence the transition process at the commission's headquarters in Abuja. The House of Representatives on Thursday urged the federal government through the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development to take urgent and decisive measures to curb the growing trend of arbitrary rent increases across the country. The House, which described incessant rent increments as exploitative and detrimental to citizens' welfare, took the resolution following the adoption of a motion on notice at Thursday's plenary, sponsored by the member representing Calabar Federal Constituency, Cross River State, Basi Akpia. Across the country, there are reports of a hike in rents, particularly in areas witnessing new government infrastructure projects such as roads and markets. In the FCT, rent in some neighborhoods have jumped from 800,000 naira to 2.5 million annually for a two-bedroom flat, a development that has plunged many Nigerians into economic distress. Akiba, while drumming support for the bill, argued that the rise in the cost of living has made it increasingly difficult for families and businesses to meet rental obligations, warning that unregulated rent increments threaten stability in the housing sector. While acknowledging landlords' rights, he noted that tenant welfare must be equally protected to ensure fairness and economic balance. It also directed the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development to collaborate with state governments in implementing effective rent control policies, ensuring that public infrastructure development does not trigger unjustified rent escalations. The House also recommended that any rent review should not exceed 20% of the existing rate, regardless of improvements in facilities. Furthermore, the House mandated its Committee on Housing and Habitats to ensure compliance and submit a report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Activist and publisher Mr. Omoyele Sowore was on Thursday arrested within the premises of the Federal High Court in Abuja by armed policemen shortly after he appeared in solidarity with the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Sowore, who has been at the forefront of calls for Kanu's release from detention, was picked up by security operatives who insisted that he must come with them to the Federal Capital Territory Police Command. While asked what his offense was, one of the officers explained that they were acting on the instruction of the Commissioner of Police. Although Showore queried the absence of a formal letter of invitation, he maintained that his lawyer must accompany him before he was eventually taken away in police van. Confirming Showore's arrest in a post via his ex handle, human rights lawyer Inibihe Effiong described the move as preposterous. Reacting, the Nigeria Police Force has explained that the arrest of activist and politician Omoyele Sowore was to ensure fairness in the prosecution of those involved in Monday's protest in Abuja. First Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hundeyin disclosed this on Thursday while addressing journalists in Abuja. He said Sowore, who allegedly led protesters into a restricted area during a demonstration in support of detained IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, was arrested to ensure that justice is applied to everyone involved. The federal government has dismissed 8 officers of the Nigerian Immigration Service, compulsorily retired 5 officers, and reduced the ranks of 8 others for various acts of misconduct. The government also dismissed 2 junior personnel from the service for criminal acts bordering on kidnapping, stealing, and illegal possession of firearms. The government action was contingent upon the recommendations of the Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire and Immigration Service Board, Disciplinary and General Purpose Committee, which sat on 11th July 2025. According to a statement by the Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Akinshola Akinlabi, the Board Disciplinary Committee reviewed 31 cases involving personnel and officers of the Nigerian Immigration Service. Akinlabi, an assistant comptroller of the immigration, said, consequently, the board has approved series of disciplinary actions in line with its avowed commitment to upholding the highest standards of discipline and integrity within the service its superintends, and the service wishes to notify the public as follows. 8 officers were dismissed from the service for various misconduct and violation of service regulations. In addition, 5 officers were compulsorily retired for offenses bordering on misconduct, while 8 officers were demoted by 1 rank. He further explained that the 5 officers were issued with written warning for misconduct, while the board also reviewed the appeal of dismissal of 2 officers but were rejected due to lack of merit. He added, 1 officer is to be reinstated following a successful appeal, while the board exonerated 2 officers against charges preferred against them. And over to our entertainment decks on XRTV. Grammy-nominated singer David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, has met French President Emmanuel Macron in Paris on Thursday. The singer announced the high-profile encounter on his verified Instagram page, sharing photos of the event. Accompanying Davido were close associates, including businessman Pascal Okechukwu, widely known as Cubana's chief priest, and manager Ashika. In his post, Davido expressed gratitude for the opportunity, writing it was an honor meeting at Emmanuel Macron and sharing our visions for a better world. Former US President Barack Obama, Afrobeat artist Fela Anikulapo Kuti, describing him as a unique figure in musical history who mixed arts with activism. He described Fela as a musical genius from Nigeria who fused funk, jazz, and soul into what became known worldwide as Afrobeat. Obama said this in a video posted on his social media account on Wednesday night, where he urged fans to listen to a podcast series dedicated to the story of Fela, titled Fela Kuti, Fear No Man. The 12-episode podcast commemorates Beats Pioneer on Higher Ground, a podcast owned by Obama and his wife, Michelle Obama. It also explores the icon's life in 1969 Los Angeles, where a potent mix of music, and politics turned a missionary boy into a Pan-Africanist freedom fighter and ignited a musical firestorm. According to the producer, Fear No Man will not only feature figures in the arts but also expectedly members of the Kuti family, including Fela's children Yeni Kuti and Femi Kuti, as well as his grandson May Kuti, also the son of Femi. Drawing from over 200 interviews with Fela Kuti's family, friends, as well as scholars, activists, and luminaries like Burna Boy, Paul McCartney, Questlove, Santi Gold, and former President Barack Obama, Fela Kuti Fear No Man journeys deep into the soul of Afrobeat to explore the transformative power of art and role artists can play in this current system of global unrest, the producer said on the podcast description. Nigerian comedian and content creator Lasisi shared exciting news with fans as he and his wife Nonso Adibwa have welcomed their second child, a baby boy. Taking to Instagram, the comedian expressed deep gratitude and joy as he introduced their newborn son to the world. In his heartfelt caption, he wrote, "Meet our son, River Elroy. Our river of flowing waters is here, our joy, our testimony, our gift from God." The announcement quickly sparked an outpouring of love and congratulatory messages from fans, friends, and fellow celebrities. Many celebrated the couple's happiness and praised Lasisi for balancing a thriving career with family life. And lastly, on entertainment news, former Big Brother Naija winner and rapper Olamilekan Agbeleshe, popularly known as Laycon, has announced his musical comeback with the release of his first single in 2 years, titled Everyday Anthem. The announcement marks a significant moment for the artist who has been absent from the music scene during a period he tagged "deep personal reflection." In a statement on X, Laycon revealed that the past few months have been a transformative journey as he grappled with questions about his purpose and life choices. The rapper promised to share more details of his introspective experience with his audience, but not before unveiling the results through his new music. Everyday Anthem is poised to offer listeners a glimpse into the personal evolution that has reshaped his sound and perspective. Laycon described the track as his everyday anthem, hinting at its own universal appeal and personal significance. While teasing additional projects in the pipeline, Laycon urged fans to focus on the present moment, saying, "Let's take it one day at a time." And that's all on our entertainment news. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, it will be over to our business desk. Just stay tuned.
Where every day feels like a vacation, your personal sanctuary, where life happens. Experience true comfort with SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Asaba. Welcome to SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. The upgrade you deserve, where life happens. Elevate your every day with SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Asaba. The perfect blend of style and comfort, modern interiors, fully furnished unique apartments, ultimate comfort, 247 security. Your peace of mind is assured with our security, CCTV surveillance, high-speed Wi-Fi, fully equipped kitchen, smart TV, air conditioning, cars to take you around town, and lots more. And guess what? Are you a filmmaker? Are you in Asaba and its environs? Are you planning to shoot in Asaba? Come to SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment with your ideas and go home with a movie. We have the state-of-the-art equipment. We have different types of cameras. We also have some of the cast and crew to actually deliver you a project. We have editing facilities for you. We also have our captivating equipped studio for content creators and producers.
A very wonderful morning to you this Friday morning. Thank you for joining us. This is SRTV Business Desk. Let's take a look at the headlines. Wema Bank partners with Davido on tour. Nigeria imports 15 billion litres of petrol despite Dangote refinery output. $220 million investment in youth jobs coming. The story info. Wema Bank PLC partners with Nigeria's biggest Afrobeat artist, Davido, to bring the Fame 5 Alive tour to Nigeria as Dirty December draws near. Projected to the biggest stadium tour in Nigerian music history, the Nigeria editor of the 5 Alive tour is scheduled to span October to December 2025, storming 5 different cities across the country: Akwa Ibom, Adamawa, Enugu, Ibadan, and Lagos State. Further cementing its long-term relationship with the star, Wema Bank has spearheaded the execution of this tour as the headline sponsor, excellently delivering on its role in curating a rich, vibrant, and unforgettable experience for all who get to attend. Adopting the official hashtag Wema5Alive Tour, the tour is set to make history, and with Wema Bank already making headlines and bringing the exclusives, the excitement is off the charts as Nigerians wait impatiently in anticipation of what the bank has in store for its customers. Nigeria imported about 15 billion litres of premium motor spirits between August 2024 and the first 10 days of October 2025, representing nearly 69% of the total national petrol supply during the 15-month period. This is despite the fact that Dangote Refinery started petroleum production in September 2024. Figures from the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority shows that the total PMS supplies for the period stood at 21.68 billion litres, with 6.67 billion litres, or 31%, coming from domestic 15 months, highlighting the gradual rise in local production and the corresponding drop in imports. According to the breakdown, imported petrol averaged 44.60 million litres per day in August 2024 and rose to 54.30 litres per day in September 2024, marking the peak of imports dependence during the period. This was the time when the Dangote Refinery began PMS supply to the local markets. It was noted that imports began to decline steadily, falling to 24.15 million litres per day in January 2025, 19.26 million litres per day in September 2025, and 15.11 million litres per day within the first 10 days of October 2025. The decline in petrol imports showed that the Dangote Refinery is gradually taking a significant share of the market. But this continues with stiff competition from petrol importers, who repeatedly accused Aliko Dangote of stifling competitors with competent price reduction. As domestic refining grew consistently through the period, local production, which stood at 6.43 million litres per day in September 2024, increased to 22.66 million litres per day in January 2025, before establishing around 20 million litres per day in subsequent months. By October 2025, the Dangote Refinery was producing an average of 18.93 million litres per day, exceeding imports from that month. Lastly, on business, the federal government has announced plans to invest $220 million in creating job opportunities for young Nigerians and under a new collaborative framework with the European Union (EU) and the United Nations Development Programme (UNDP). Vice President Kashim Shettima disclosed this on Wednesday at the official flag-off of the second phase of the Nigerian Jubilee Fellows Program in Abuja. The initiative aims to connect high potential graduates with practice work experience, mentorship, and skills development opportunities across key economic sectors. Shettima says the program would help bridge the transition gap between learning and earning for thousands of graduates who have education but limited opportunities. According to a statement issued by the Senior Assistant of the President on Media and Communication Office of the Vice President, Shettima said this will translate the nation's demographic strength into productive economic power, proving that when government provides structures, partnership and purpose, young Nigerians rise to the occasion. Shettima commended the EU and the UNDP for their continued support, noting that their collaboration has already demonstrated how global partnership can produce tangible results for Nigerian youths. This is all for our business desk. Let's take a look at our weather reports. We bring you weather reports from Asaba and Warri this morning. In Asaba this morning, the weather will be cloudy with a little rain at times with a temperature of 29 degrees Celsius, real feel 35 degrees Celsius, real feel shade 33 degrees Celsius, wind southwest at 7 kilometers per hour, wind gust, humidity 84%, dew point 23 degrees Celsius, probability of precipitation 75%, rain 6.8 millimeters, cloud cover 99%. In the afternoon in Asaba, the weather will be cloudy with a little rain with a temperature of 31 degrees Celsius, real feel 37 degrees Celsius, real feel shade 34 degrees Celsius, winds west southwest at 9 kilometers per hour, wind gust 22 kilometers per hour, humidity 78%, dew point 24 degrees Celsius, probability of precipitation 75%, precipitation 7.4 millimeters, rain 7.4 millimeters, cloud cover 98%. And in the evening in Asaba, the weather will be low with clouds with a temperature of 24 degrees Celsius, real feel 28 degrees Celsius, wind southwest at 7 kilometers per hour, wind gust 17 kilometers per hour, humidity 91%, dew point 23 degrees Celsius, probability of precipitation 25%, cloud cover 90%, visibility 3 kilometers. And in Warri, this that will be broken at intervals with a temperature of 29 degrees Celsius, real feel 37 degrees Celsius, real feel shade 33 degrees Celsius, wind south-southwest at 7 kilometers per hour, wind gust 19 kilometers per hour, humidity 82%, dew point 24 degrees Celsius, probability of precipitation 25%, cloud cover 78%, visibility 5 kilometers. In Warri in the afternoon, the weather will be broken at intervals with a little rain with a temperature of 30 degrees Celsius, real speed 36 degrees Celsius, wind west southwest at 9 kilometers per hour, wind gusts 26 kilometers per hour, humidity 83%, dew point 24 degrees Celsius, probability of precipitation 75%, rain 7.6 millimeters, cloud cover 98%. And in the evening in Warri, the weather will be partly cloudy with a temperature of 24 degrees Celsius, real feel 28 degrees Celsius, wind southwest at 7 kilometers per hour, humidity 93%, dew point 23 degrees Celsius, probability of precipitation 23%, cloud cover 84%, visibility 5 kilometers. This is all for our morning news at SRTV. For more news updates and information, subscribe to our YouTube channel at SRTV and our Facebook page at SRTV. Have a lovely weekend. Good morning.
where every day feels like a vacation. Your personal sanctuary, where life happens. Experience true comfort with SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Asaba. Welcome to SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. The upgrade you deserve, where life happens. Elevate your every day with SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Asaba. The perfect blend of style and comfort, modern interiors, fully furnished unique apartments, ultimate comfort, 247 security. Your peace of mind is assured with our security, CCTV surveillance, high-speed Wi-Fi, fully equipped kitchen, smart TV, air conditioning, cars to